We could try this street here. It's got the kind of distance
that you need.
Yeah.
He's been a street musician since he was 13.
New York's a funny city to busk in because there's so much
noise.
And you only realize it when you take out an instrument and you try to play.
Glen Hansard started playing Dublin street corners.
You need like walls like this to bounce.
This is kind of, well, this is like an Irish street.
Yeah.
Just him and his guitar.
You've played right through it, literally.
Yeah, that's busking. That's the shape of your strum.
He learned how to project his voice and draw a crowd.
Show yourself to me! Yeah. How are you? I'm great. I hope it's okay. I brought a few.
For you, it's cool.
Ah, good man. Take care of you, see.
But it was nothing like the attention he would get from Once.
You'll get your girlfriend back and you'll get your record deal and become famous.
The low-budget Irish film in which Hansard starred as a busker became an unexpected international hit in 2007.
We've still got time.
And Falling Slowly, the song he wrote with his co-star, Markéta Irglova, won them an Oscar.
You made it now. When we won that award, it was just like, oh my God, it was like a most amazing thing. And then my thing was immediately to just say, okay, thanks, now let's
move on.
And then when there was talk of it going to Broadway, I remember being very nervous and honestly, I was against it.
You didn't want a Broadway musical?
No, because for me, Broadway just sort of meant sort of hamming it up. And it sort of meant like, I don't know you, and of course you're tempted by the idea, people saying, whispering in your ear going, do you know if this does well, like, you're gonna be like seriously rich. And going like, that's not why, that was never why we did this.
How long do you think you'd stay?
Hansard relented, and the musical Once last year won 8 Tony Awards.
They did treat it with grace. They did treat it with respect. They did get the right people.
When he's not on tour, home for the 42-year-old singer is a rented cottage on this estate outside Dublin.
You're kind of tucked out of the way out here.
It's brilliant, it's an amazing place to live. You want the apple?
He took us to a Dublin pub to share a pint with Frankie Byrne, his former grade school principal, who told him it was okay to quit school at 13 to pursue music.
For me, that was just the wings I needed. So I went home and basically announced to me ma that, listen, it's okay. Frankie told me it's a
permission. One of my proudest moments is my dereliction of duties. That's it.
And he still knows most of the street musicians in the city.
Mary's here every single day, and she's a great busker, and she's been there since I was a child. Like, howdy, Mary.
How long have you been here, Mary, in this spot?
1986. Dance.
Dance.
Hansard used to play here on Grafton Street.
Thanks, Mary.
Thank you, Mary. So where was your spot?
I'll bring you up to it.
Okay.
He'd busk during the day, then come back again at night.
Because when the pubs close,
That's prime time?
everyone's drunk. Now, it's a lot more dangerous.
People more generous when they're drunk?
That's the thing. It's a tougher gig, but you make more money.
At 18, he formed a band called The Frames. This video, made on a post office security camera for less than $5, was picked up by MTV. Then one of his former bandmates asked him to help with a small film he was making.
The success of that film put you in the spotlight in a way you'd never been in before. And it put the romance you ended up having in the spotlight.
It didn't help our relationship. Goes da, 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 da.
During filming, Hansard fell in love with Irglova, his friend and co-star, who was 18 years younger.
Part of what made Once work was that there was always this energy between us, this beautiful powerful, romantic, creative energy that was there.
When your mind's made up, when your mind's made up.
You'd be a fool to deny it.
They would form a band, the Swell Season, and tour together.
You continued touring even after you broke up.
Yeah.
That must have been hard.
It was hard, and it was something we addressed all the time. It was like, are you still enjoying this? If you said to me, you could have had all this success, or you could have just had a great relationship with Mar, I'd have took the relationship. Mm-hmm. Because it was the most profound and beautiful thing I had been through. It's all there, it's all on the records.
Lover, you've been hesitating.
Hansard's first solo album, Rhythm and Repose, is about putting it all behind him. And about his family. He grew up with an alcoholic father who physically abused his mother.
At a very early age, I kind of learned this pattern. Whenever something good happens, something bad follows immediately. And we spent a lot of our childhood in aunts' houses, in battered wives' homes, and in like long periods of like living in a dorm, you know,
Away from him?
Away from him.
Tethered to a bird of sorrow.
Hansard says he wrote the song Bird of Sorrow about his mom.
Self-deceiving, you prostrate bowed but not believing.
Tethered to a bird of sorrow means a few things in my head when I sing it. It's us, me and my brother. With her, and her with him.
You've bet your joy on all tomorrows for the hope of some returning while everything around is burning.
Growing up, it's a funny thing to feel more like an adult than your parents when you're a kid.
Catherine Hansard accompanied her son to the Academy Awards. He gave her his Oscar, and she keeps it by her bedside. Glen Hansard is one of Ireland's most highly regarded musicians now. And the past few years, over Christmas, he's returned to Dublin to busk for charity with other Irish artists like Sinead O'Connor and Bono.
I get the sense, just in walking around with you here in New York and in Ireland, that you'll always be at home playing a guitar on the street.
You're never more than a step away from it.
I'm gonna see you there.
You can climb all the levels of success and of celebrity or of fame, but you're never more than a step away from being that guy who's just making his money for the day.
Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks for listening. Nice one.